Does taking this tag count if I still have to leave my house every day for work? Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I am going to take the stay at home book tag. This tag was created by Madison Mary from Princess of Paperbacks, but I was actually tagged by Sasha from The Wild Sasha. I don't exactly stay at home every day. I work in an essential business, so I have to go into my office every day and I process child benefits for the German government. So it is kind of important for me to be in the office so that people can still have money to support their families, raise their kids, that kind of a thing. But I still wanted to take part in this tag, so who's going to stop me? The first prompt is lying in bed all day, a book you can or have read in a whole day. And that book is Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I really enjoy the book. I like the book Alice in Wonderland, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, a little bit more than I like Through the Looking Glass, even though I'm much more familiar with the Disney film and that kind of puts the two of them together. I was always much more of a fan of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland than I was of Through the Looking Glass. But it's super short. The copy that I have is only like 150 pages or so, and it is definitely one sitting reading types. The next prompt is snacking, a guilty pleasure book. I've been doing quite a lot of snacking actually, by the way. Guilty pleasure book for me, I don't really like the tag guilty pleasure because I think everybody should just read whatever the hell they want to read. But if I was to take on this phrase, I think I would fit in The Babysitter's Club by Anna M. Martin. It's a series that I go back to time and time and time again. It's something that I've grown up with, that I still read now as an adult, and I still want to answer the question, why did the townspeople of Stony Brook, Connecticut put the lives and fates of their children into 12-year-olds? The next prompt is Netflix, a series that you really want to start. I really want to start Royals by Rachel Hawkins. I am not very familiar with what the series is about, but I understand. I think it's about the Princess of Scotland who goes to America to go to university and then falls in love with a commoner. I know that there are 2 books in the series and that one of them has LGBT rep, which is something that I really like reading about in books. So I think that series is something that I've really got to get started this year. The next prompt is Deep Clean, a book that has been on your TBR for a really long time. I did a video a couple of weeks ago about all of the 54 books that are currently on my TBR. As of now, I haven't really crossed a whole lot of them off it yet. There are so many books on that I could really easily pick out to answer this prompt. So I'm going to leave the video up here. And why don't you let me know what book from it I should read next? The next question is Animal Crossing, a book that you bought recently because of the hype. Okay, there's kind of a story about this. I did have a copy of Normal People already. I got it from a friend of mine as a gift. I kind of felt like I wanted a copy of it for myself, so I went out and bought my own copy of it, and now I have it for myself. And I read it, and I really enjoyed it, so I am glad that now I have my own, and I can give that one back to her. And I am really excited to start watching the series. As of now, I haven't yet, but I am saving it for a day that I have nothing to do and I can just binge watch all 12 episodes. The next prompt is Productivity, a book that has had an impact on you or that you've learned from. I could put any of Matt Haig's book onto this, but I'm going to go with Notes from a Nervous Planet. I actually re-listened to that as an audiobook a couple of weeks ago, and it's one of the most calming books that I've ever read because it gives you so many tips on how to survive in a world where technology is kind of taking over. What people think of us is really important to us. It's a really great book to just kind of bring you back down to zero and just completely reset. I really recommend it if you haven't read it yet. The next prompt is FaceTime, a book that you were gifted, and I have 2. I was gifted the first book of the Royal series by Rachel Hawkins, which is another reason why I need to start reading it really soon, from Cora at Tea Party Princess. And I was also gifted the Jacqueline Wilson coloring book by Rachel from A Cascade of Books. This book is amazing. It has the covers of so many of Jacqueline Wilson's books, such as this one. I've never read that, by the way. And it has also just little doodles from Nick Sharratt halfway dotted throughout the book. I'm so excited to finally get to this. I just need to start buying some coloring pencils and then find a day that, again, I'm doing nothing so I can just get my way through this book. The next prompt is self-care, a thing that you have done recently to take care of yourself. I put a foot mask on last night. I just put Community on, had a cup of tea and sat back for an hour doing nothing. And it was heaven. I am definitely going to do that again in a couple of weeks. And the last prompt is a bonus where you have to name a book that's coming out soon. And I cannot wait for Lindsay Kelk's In Case You Missed It. I am a huge Lindsay Kelk fan. I absolutely adored the I Heart series, and I have loved every other standalone book of hers that I've read so far. It is coming out in August, and I cannot wait to get my hands on a copy of it. Those were my answers for the stay-at-home book tag. Why don't you take part in this tag too? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have new videos up every week. Now get on out of here.